when I get my morphine. She said, I can't talk, it hurts. But when you come, don't bring them little crayons no more. Bring the real big ones, because my eyesight getting bad now. I can't see good now. I think I'm going to end stage. 9. And the whole thing is, the children in the unit, they all got something wrong with them, but to them, that's normal. And they play, and their life is centered around the hospital unit. So anything extra coming in there, me coming in there, up tempo, everybody just stop and look at you like, what's wrong with her? Or you bring children to play with them, the children don't get tired, they run, and they jump, and they play, and they don't take their nap. What's wrong with them? You see? Or you look at the children, and they're big, you think they're small for their age, but they're really big for their age compared to the ones in the hospital. When you start to see what you've been used to, so you're used to everybody walking down the street now with the pants down, shoelaces out, okay? You're used to everybody yo, yo, yo. You're used to, again, people nodding out in the street. You're used to this drive-by shooting. You're used to all these young boys in a wheelchair. There was a time when only white boys was in a wheelchair. They was the one doing the weird wheelies and diving off the board, hitting their head in the pool, skiing incidents. It wasn't black folks. We got so many brothers in the wheelchair in the senior citizens home right now. Now what's with that? We're getting used to seeing that. Put the radio in the chair to weigh it down because they don't have no weight and got tons of gold around their neck. We're getting used to seeing that now. What kind of lifestyle is that? We're getting used to it. We're getting used to senior citizens, the old lady with the young brother, and the young brother, and the old man with the young sister. And I mean, it's rampant in the senior citizens, but we got a lot of senior citizens on crack. Okay, now for me to know that, for me to see somebody that's 69, 72, up and down the avenue, agitated, looking for something to go in this little vial, that's messing with my spirit. And then for me to see that she can go into the drugstore and come out and be all right. Just like you can go into the Chinese food store and buy food, clothing, jewelry. You can get a loan on your check. What they doing in these little cubby holes is they're just selling chicken. Shrimp fried rice. You know? They doing, in other words, they have set up a whole nother community inside your community. And everybody got used to it. You can go downtown. I went to rent a space downtown. And in the doorway, it's $800 just to stand in the doorway and sell tapes. The little doorway, $800. Yeah, a month, $800. So I had to go further down on Halsey Street where I used to be with the martial arts and open up upstairs, and the man kept saying, he know me, but he can't remember where he know me from. And so he let me rent the space from upstairs, and he was gonna do a whole bunch of money, and then it clicked where he knew me from 15 years ago, upstairs, the same space. And because it's a cultural thing, it's a drum thing, it's a dance thing, and we trying to put his dance and everybody else's dance up there, he gave me a serious discount. It went from $1,200 to $650.
Whoa, that's nice.
Because he want to send his kids, and he Greek. Okay, he's from Greece. They don't know how to write their language. It's another man. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Okay, so we need to look at, we are valuable, but we don't even know. We don't know what it is that we have value. Okay, even the way we put gold in our mouth. They know the older people who have gold, it's a classy gold. We ain't talking vampire. I've seen some brothers with them fangs. You seen people with them fangs? And did you see the people with the cat eyes with the slits going this way?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Okay, now
Michael Jackson thing.
it's something. In other words, we don't need to just protest about that cup coming from Luxor. Okay? The closest thing that I saw that, and I thought it was beautiful, and my kids kept saying, is this how he really looked, Ma? The Sphinx with that brother Nas on it? You saw that, the album cover? Now that's bad. That brother is fine. And he looks strong. I don't even know if he understands what he stands for on that album cover. That goes back to like Earth, Wind, and Fire. You see the album cover back there with Earth, Wind, and Fire with all of that stuff on it? That's a classic album cover. You need to frame that and put that in your house, because every symbol that we use today in a cultural environment is on that album cover. It's on, and so if they was into that back then, how come they ain't holding up now? They fell. They fell to the same dumb stuff that we fall to in the community. Doping, smoking, coking, and whatever else. Okay? We need to know that it's on purpose. Because see, if the government said there is no more, that we're not growing no more of this, we're not putting this out, we're not going to give you this because we love you, you need to think something is really wrong. Okay? So now you got tons of people suing the tobacco industry for not telling the truth about what nicotine does. Now, any of them EAMs, caffeine, heroin, cocaine, okay, morphine, any of them EAMs, you know they're not good for you. But what happens is, and our uptake of it is different than other people. See, and you got the right side and you got the left side of the brain. So our lifestyle, where we live at, they can watch our vibrancy by the way we walk, by the way we move, by the way we eat, by the way we converse with them. We can stand and eat and talk and move and listen to music and talk to the brother across the street and get his brother and sister over here, power sign over here, and don't miss a beat. Other people stand back and watch us. So now you watch the people in the store, even the Chinese man. Yo, brother, he is trying to come, he's trying to get on your frequency, get some of your blessings, and serve you poison. Okay? We go to the Spanish store, we say, hey, papi. All right? The same thing. If we understood that we could, if we could just for one day, okay, for one day, just don't talk to nobody other than ourselves, just with the eyes. I'm talking just with this. We're going back to telekinetics, mental telepathy. We could do that. Because you know how you can talk to somebody, okay? You know how you can stand in the mirror and make faces? Because I watch babies, and babies respond to sound, and eventually they get to the visual. Because if you stand over them and you use a sweet voice and you cussing them out, they don't know. Right. So that's what the other people doing to us. You sorry motherfucker. You keep making me rich. You's a dumb bitch, keep wearing this shit. I know one size don't fit all. I don't care if it's your ass sticking outside there. And it be just like, yes, yes. You understand? And it's the truth. We have gotten so used to and allowing it. And we keep going on and on with different stuff. I mean, I'm looking at the styles. I'm looking at who we have. Halle Berry now, what's her name? And Jada. And we got all these girls coming up, black women who don't have no flesh on their body. And I don't mean that everybody's supposed to be size 16, 18, 20. But see, eventually when you get past 30, 35, you're going to have something somewhere, bump or lump, something. Okay? And it's your bump, your lump, and it's your something. But this is dangerous now. We got a lot of young girls imitating this girl I saw last night I look at Motown because I want to see Peebo Bryson. I like Peebo Bryson. He looks, for a man, he looks well now. He done went through the rampant. Got a little weight on him. Anybody else see him? He was just, you saw him? He looked manly. He looked like a man. You saw him? See? And then, brothers, this is what we like. Okay, but and the thing is, we get caught up. I don't know where in the world we got caught up with. I want to have his baby because he got gray eyes. Or I want to have his baby because she got good hair. We fell. That's another dangerous lifestyle. And for sisters like me looking for somebody black, woolly hair, big nose, big hands, rough, them kind of men don't really exist too much like right now. Them boys is pretty out there. Okay, I'm serious. I don't even look no more because they get on the bus, some of them get on the bus real nice, and then they be like, oh, Ma, you want to sit here? So I'm upset now, so my face is like down here. And they got on more stuff than I got on as far as smells. So, and we get used to it, so now we don't even look up to see, whoa, who's that brother? He don't live around here. We just focus on, I can't wait to get off the dirty one bus, you know? So we have to look at, you in your community, now you just double it, triple it, quadruple it all over this town, and it's the same stuff going on. It's the same stuff going on. And then you go from here to another state, same stuff going on. It don't change up and get slower until you go down past the Mason-Dixon line. Same stuff, but there's a little bit of it. It's not a whole bunch right there hitting you in the face, but it's in there. Okay? And then you swoop down and go over there towards the Midwest. Now you outnumbered. You outnumbered. And I have friends that say they like living in Arizona. They like living in Houston. And they said, girl, you need to come out here. The schools is good for your kids. I said, yeah. You know what? I'll be hung. They'll kill me. They would just, literally, they would do something to me because there's no way they're going to allow a person with a mouth and a mind to be involved in what it is the books are saying and what it is the people are wearing. Okay? I would be totally spiritually out of place. That means I would have to have everybody here come all the time. Okay? Because we need this interaction with each other to survive. So when we get caught up in this, we say, well, how long did it take? It didn't take long, but you don't look at it as 30 years being long. But 30 years, we're talking 4 generations. And it happened, I watched it happen in the late 50s, when we wanted to be like Leave It to Beaver, wearing the apron, the mama wearing the apron, and the father reading the newspaper, and the cat, the dog, the ball, and the red wagon. And that's what our mothers, this is smoking. Is that normal? Yeah. That's normal. See, something like that I saw on Mission Impossible too. And it blew, and there was a gunshot, and like 3 people was gone. Okay. Okay. So when I see the 50s, how it affected my mother, but she couldn't get those, at that time was appliances. You know, a regular toaster oven. You didn't have that. You know, we toasted our bread in the oven. Right? Put the butter on it, open the thing, and put it down up in there. Okay, right? Okay. And then we still do it because it tastes better. Or we had the orange, you put the orange in the thing and you turn it with your hand yourself. Now they go brrr, and it's done. Okay? These things our parents probably wanted to have, but our fathers couldn't get them. They was hard-working men. I remember those fathers from that time coming home with their hands dirty. Yeah. Okay? They was doing stuff. I was just wondering, all these rulers and stuff all in the pockets and stuff you be measuring with. And the measuring tape, we used to always twist it and bend it and get in trouble for messing with the tools. Now the tools are syringe, weight, okay, straws, mirror, razor blade, my tools, to deal with my product. And I heard this from a 12-year-old boy, Penn Station. They messing with my product. That's a problem. Because that same little brother can not only influence his age group, but he working for 2 or 3 generations older than him. Okay? That means he's been accepted in the adult black male world as a distributor. That means he could be your son. All right? And if we dealing with that thought, then I need to be scared of that age group because they fast. They can leap, they can jump, they can climb fences, they can strike a match, they can throw a Molotov cocktail, and they can run and you can't catch them. So how is the system going to slow them down? The system going to slow them down by having them kill each other. And the system going to slow us down and get rid of us by having another Malcolm come through here like they did Betty. I tell my grandkids all the time, I'm not sleeping with both my eyes closed. Okay? Because see, I understood they couldn't get Betty in the 60s. They couldn't get it in the 70s. They couldn't get it in the 80s. See? 4 generations later, they got it through somebody called Malcolm. And that is ironic that somebody who was a living icon from the loins of the loins come and get the grandmother. So now he's got 2 things. Either he's going to become a living Malcolm and a living hell for everybody in the jail, or he's going to become a pathological terrorist and rage and kill anything and everybody, white, blue, black, green, purple, and don't have no kind of substance about his culture. Okay? Okay? And it's up to the brothers in there to allow him not to be the worst. Meaning we're going to have to kill our own. If he is of no use, if he cannot help raise up the minds, if we cannot make our young children remember that it was a Malcolm who killed Malcolm's wife, his grandmother, and we can't keep this living so that when it finally hits, okay, my grandchildren's age group, that Malcolm X's son killed his grandmother? Because like right now, it hasn't affected them yet. But if they can understand that, you reiterate it every 3, 4, 5 years till they finally get to the age of like 16 or 17 and it hit. You know, I've sprung it on them. Like, oh, you gonna play with the matches? Let me go to sleep and go down there and put the match up to the curtain. Don't wake me up. Same thing. Grandson, you're gonna die, right? So one of them, I said, what you gonna do? Go outside and call 911. See, we lost. He's supposed to get me out. He's supposed to get me out. And if we're thinking in terms of somebody else taking care of us, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because we're relying on a system that was not geared to protect us in the first place. And from the food source, to the air source, to the water source, to the way we look, to the way we think. If each one of us in here knew that our genetic material was eons and eons of years old, we would try to come together like a living encyclopedia and find out what you know, what you know, what you know, what you know, and put it down and compare who know what. And we would be a walking library. That's what, I won't say that's what the so-called, I don't even like to say it because it's wrong, Jew says. Because they are not. They are not the Jew. They are the people with the book. They are not the people of the book. Okay? And those locks they wear is very symbolic. We wearing them. They dread them. They dread the lock. We don't dread. Okay? They dread seeing us because they understand the repeat of the history. Now they want to know what is it in here. They also know that they have to get spiritual leaders that look like us, even though their skin may be light. Okay? You look at any of their leaders. Broad nose, thick mouth, wiry hair. They know where they have to go. They have to go back to the source. And they do exactly what the book tells them to do. They're not faltering. The only thing is, they live in a lie as to who they are. And as long as we don't know who they are, they can get away with it. So if you want to do something about historically changing something, you might have to put that on the back burner. But what you can do is you can expose. See, you could go stand around. The model that, you may say Dr. York, brother down south, he moved from Brooklyn, y'all know him, Imam Isa, okay? And if you can read the Arabic, it never said he was the Mahdi, it said that he was the servant of the Mahdi, meaning he's the server of the second coming. But now he got pyramid and Sphinx down there in Georgia, okay? And he got a whole following down there. But I know him from young. I know his mama before she died. He is not the seventh. Oba, his brother, is the seventh son. He's eighth. A mother should know who come first. Okay? The thing is, he had to come from here because there's some other stuff going on with him here. He had to go down there. All right? So now he got a whole nother following. So we have a lot of brothers and sisters down there now. I'm not going to speak against any material because I have archives of the material. Material, which is not really written by him, but he's a genius. And he's manic depressive, just like me. We be souped up on a whole bunch of stuff, like Dennis Rodman, he's manic. Okay, he's a genius. Whenever you just seeing him rebound the ball, just rebounding, he done took the medication. Okay? When you see him being colorful, jumping around, pretty, doing all kind of stuff up in the sky, treadmilling over top of people, he didn't take the medicine. Okay? When that man tell him you just rebound, that's your job. When you see him taking missing, it's because he don't want to be in a gray area. He don't want to be grayed out with lithium. Okay? I've been blessed with being able to know my ups and my downs. I put myself around people who have on a whole bunch of color, act foolish, crazy, loud, because that keeps me in focus. Yeah. Okay? I don't want to take any medication because I'm not sick in a way of hurting other people. But if I come home today and paint my wall green, my kids know it might be pink tomorrow because that's me. And I have all the decorations to go with that pink wall the next day after I already did all the green. Okay? So I know what levels, and I understand where some of these brothers is coming from. I know what's wrong with Mike. Mike was never brought up by a black woman. He never had anybody embrace him and cuddle him. He had a European male. A little different. So he acts just like Mike Tyson. So he acts just like a Rottweiler or a Bulldog. Okay? He does. He looks like one. He acts like one. Okay? And because he doesn't know how. And he doesn't know how to be kind. So what is our mission here? We're getting used to all this stuff, and we're getting used. Do you know all this kind of stuff would be in your house? Your aunts is like this, uncles, cousins. We have had 4 generations of stuff running around in us that we've gotten used to. Putting your mouth on the faucet, drinking, all kind of metal coming out of there. Giving it to the baby. You got your faucets changed, but you didn't get the pipes in the house changed. So we still lead poisoning ourselves and our children. Okay? Acid rain. Look at them helicopters flying around early in the morning. 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. What they doing? And just notice your cars have fresh stuff on it, and you come back in the course of the day, you got spots on it. The acid don't eat through your car. What you think it's doing to your skin? Your eyes be burning sometime outside? You wonder what it is? Chemical. Singer company was changing the weather. They had a big franchise out there with Rutgers, making snow in areas that ain't never snowed before. Look at the ecology that has changed. Look at the Antarctic melting. So now if all that water coming from the north down here, we might as well get the Newark together. Okay, and we're living in the times where we haven't heard grandma and them talking, making no whole cake bread on top of the stove, preserving nothing, because the art has been gone, it's lost. So we have gotten used to now unscrewing things, right? Going to the store. I mean, I could tell styrofoam when you open it up, even if I don't see you eating it. You know what I'm saying? We've gotten used to things in the community that maybe our grandmothers and mothers couldn't even identify. Okay, I was supposed to be taking my babies to a babysitter that the state was going to provide. And had I not been around other young people, I would have not known the smell. They was telling me this woman's house is beautiful. It's clean. It's immaculate. You'll be glad to leave your grandchildren there. She was right. The house was beautiful. It was clean. It was immaculate. But the smell in that house, the diapers worker didn't know what it was. Crack. That smell with the baking soda. You know? She didn't know. And this woman, she's just moving, talking, doing all kind. I gotta leave my grandkids here. She's talking. And this woman is telling me all of these attributes she got about the house. And the babies that was sitting there was eating out the can, the Vienna sausage. And Stella Doro breadsticks. Now I'm having problems. They said I'm just not complying with rules and regulations. But we get used to this kind of stuff, to be like, okay, just put the kids on in there and go. Okay? 9 times out of 10, the things in the market that you put on your face or your hair, it has nothing to do with us as a people. If you can get something in a pure form, get you an avocado leaf, cut it in here, rub it on your skin. Pure. Don't trust too much of anything that's in a bottle or can, because they've already tampered with it just to put it on the shelf, put it in the bottle. The half-life of it is already messed up. Okay, but what we can do is come together. If there is a way, maybe after the session is over, we do the recess thing, everything that you can think of, let's say that's a fact that you know is a fact and is real, put it on a piece of paper. Okay, and then come back with it, and somebody who's got the gift for plugging it into a computer, or even if you plug it into a computer, we can put papers together. Look and see how many times a certain thing come up. Whether it's food, okay? Any kind of subject matter that you can think of that somebody needs to know, put it in on that paper. Because if you do that, that's brainstorming. But just see what level. Okay, I did some things with music. And I was playing the ink spots. Not too many people have any 78 records, the ink spots. But my children know about the ink spots. Okay? They know about Honey Coles and them doing tap dancing. And then we go back across the water, and we deal with the old empire. And you deal with the way the sisters used to wear the hair twist. And you see the sisters today, West Africa, with the same twist. Grandma used to do it down south. Putting that thread, they call it lin now. Putting that thread around it. Okay? Making that soap. I bring soap home and it's black, but the kids see me still make it in the dish, put the little stuff in the lye. That cleans the stoves, that cleans your pots, that cleans the floor. It lightens up your elbows. Come on, Michael Jackson. We be, okay, he done acid wash himself. But when you have blemishes, you can lighten that up. All right? So we need to understand how we gonna survive this if we don't understand that we were caught up in the whirlwind that somebody else put in motion. First of the month. Everybody is in the supermarket. The price is not, see, that's a fact. See that fact right there? Put that fact on paper. See how many people have the same thinking mechanism? Then what do you do about it? Do you not go shopping? Or do you go up to South Orange? Okay? See, they make their stores 50, 75 cents, $1 more than your stuff down here. And by the time we get it, it's already old, red dye number 2 injected to make it look fresh. Okay, so that means a lot of stuff gonna have to be cut out and cut down on. Because the very things you eat, again, release certain hormones, chemicals in your body, have you like a mad dog. There are vampires. You see the TV thing with the vampires on? The real people? Now that's no different than somebody eating a steak and it's rare. Each year get more rare and more rare. So now you start to salivate in here and you feel the juices of the steak. Vampirism didn't say what kind of blood you supposed to want, right? So now we're caught up in the thing of eating what the elite people eat, and we're becoming that. We got this gothic thing running around. Now you know who always looked good in black to me? Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan always wear black, right? She's voluptuous. Men like Chaka Khan. They like her mouth. Okay, see? They like her roundness. She was the only sister to get on stage, show her cesarean section scar. Okay, full-figured woman. She didn't have no problem back there in the 70s and 80s. She still looked good. Now we got the ladies running around the village looking like Morticia, gothic, and our young girls are getting into that felicity, clueless, the attitude, and they talk with that pitch that never ends. It doesn't end the sentence. Right? You hear how they talk? And then they say, whatever. We're getting used to these lifestyles. And we're getting used to a whole nother looking people. Very, very light with the corn husk hair. And so we come in every shade anyway. We was the first here anyway. But now to selectively get a new look, because both sides accept that. Okay? Back to the cauldron ballrooms. The mulatto. It's accepted. It's worth something. Because now you're nice and easy to look on. You got features from both sides. Okay? You see the commercials, all the little kids in the commercials? Okay? We're getting used to that. And what we're going to be getting used to eventually is the sick look of the AIDS. You see all these people running around right now, they're very, very sick. We need to help them, but we need to have them stand. If we could get them to stand still and say, see, this is what this medication is doing to your liver. Okay, now you gotta find an alternative. Okay, because the thing is, you can have the virus now and the load be so low that it can't be detected. That's a cloaking device. You see it on Star Wars. Right? You cloak. You don't see the other big ship right there because it got a cloak on it. So now you got people who are walking around that's infected, who after a while don't even look infected, but they're cloaked. So now how can you get rid of 2 and 3 generations of people? Unless you give them the impression, they're all right. You're not sick. Don't worry about it. The only ones that can get rid of that is the healthy ones, and the ones that's infected, take the lid off it. Speak on it. See, we don't have a lot of money, but you can buy TV time. You can buy radio time. Brother Imhotep in New York, I know. Not so much you can give him money, but I know if you wanted to make a statement, you could. I know if you came together with a conclusion about how come